Hello, today is Saturday, December 26th. Today would have been my sister Sue's 67th birthday. She's gone much too soon. She died 5 years ago. Today's my sister Susie's birthday up in heaven. Love you, Susie. But we do have birthdays from people down here on earth. Today is Lynn over at Bypass to a Leaner Lynn. Today's Lynn's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynn. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. That's my middle name, Sandra Lynn. So happy birthday, Lynn. It's also Nancy Volke's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. One of my friends growing up's name was Nancy, and she lived right across the street from me. How coinciding, how quinky dinky. So happy birthday. It's also Tanya Helmrest, H-A-L-M-R-A-S-T, Tanya's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tanya. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, Tanya, I'm not leaving you out there hanging like that's not what I'm going to do, because you know what? One of my bosses when I was going to work, her name was Tanya. Oh, Tanya was, well, anyway, happy birthday to everybody. I really liked Tanya. She was a pretty good boss. But the fact that the only thing that she did that annoyed me to no end was when I worked there, I was well over 300 pounds, and I was not healthy, and I didn't eat the right things. And she was like one of these skinny winnies. You know, she was very nice, very nice. She was a good boss, too. I'm not complaining about her as that way, but she was just always thought that because she was thin, she was healthy, you know. And she was always, you know, like, oh, Sandy, if you could just lose just a little bit of weight, just a little bit of weight. And she smoked like a fiend. And I would get so mad at her, and I'd always, like, when she'd come and try to make, you know, like, because I ate at my desk. Well, it wasn't really a desk. It was a table in the mail room. I never liked going down to the lunchroom. It was just cliquey. You know what I mean? I just didn't fit in. So not that I didn't fit in, it's just that everybody sat, like all of the accounts payable people, they sat at their table, and the accounts receivable people sat at their table, and then the health benefits sat at theirs, and the liability sat at theirs, and the mail room was just me and Randy and one other girl that I didn't even like. So Randy and I, we just would eat our lunch back in the mail room at our table. Like we had a table that we sat at when we did the mail. We just ate our lunch back there. But anyway, Tanya, when she would come back there to look for her mail and she would see what I was eating, she'd say, "Oh, Sandy, that's just not healthy. You got to eat healthier. You're never going to live to be a long life if you eat like that." Go away, go away, go away. That's what I was always thinking. And unfortunately, Tanya's no longer with us, and Tanya was younger than me, but Tanya passed away from lung cancer because she smoked like a fiend. So, I don't know. I don't know why I even went on. Oh, because of Tanya. No, it's not because of you, Tanya. It's because my boss's name was Tanya. I guess the point I was trying to make was the fact that it doesn't matter if you're thin or fat or whatever. You can still be healthy being overweight. I know that that's not like a proven fact or anything like that. But my doctor, I've told you this, my doctor would look at my chart when I go once a year. My old doctor, he's retired now, but I have a new doctor. But my other doctor, he would always look at this and he'd say, you know, Sandy, 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 if anybody was to look at this paperwork of your blood work, they'd say, oh, this is not the right person. This can't be hers. But I knew it was mine because it had my name on it and everything. So I'm pretty much healthy. I'm healthier now that I'm eating better. I feel so much better. Of course, in this past week, if you watched my meeting highlights earlier, you saw that I gained 4.4 pounds. I hate saying that out loud, but sometimes you just got to get it out in the universe. I could have just not said anything, but you know what? It wasn't going to change anything. The number was going to still stay the same. It was not going to change no matter what. But and I know the reason I gained 4 pounds this week is because I just didn't give a care. I just didn't give a about it, and that's not a way to act 52 weeks out of the year. The 1 week, okay, we'll forgive you for 1 week, Sandy, but if you do it again next week, there's no excuses. There's just no excuses. But I watched one of my favorite Christmas cartoons last night, was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And he did come up with a line that, like when he said, like he was like having a really deep, profound thought, and he was just thinking to himself, and he goes, maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe it's not what Christmas is all about. Maybe it's so much more. And it is. I think this year we really realized how much more it is. It's not finding that perfect gift at the store and just knowing this is the perfect thing for this person. I think that we really realize that the true meaning of Christmas is just being with your family, getting hugs and kisses and loving and just seeing them and being in the same room and not having to be all masked up. And Christmas is so much more. It's just so much more than the materialistic things that we've identified it with for the past couple of years. So I just know that I'm going to honor Christmas this year by celebrating it every single day and realizing how grateful I am for everything I have in my life. I have my health. My family's been healthy. I'm still able to, see my family on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever I need to do, curbside drive-bys or whatever. But, you got to be grateful for whatever you get in life. Don't take anything for granted, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So today, my brother and my sisters and I did our annual Christmas tradition. Another tradition that was a little bit different, but like we were sitting there talking about it. Here, I'll put a picture of where we were at. Yeah, we were at my sister Mary's house in her backyard. She has a big fire pit. We had a thing by the fire. We stood by the fire and tried to get warm. Here's a picture of that too. As hard as we tried to get warm, it was cold. It was really, really cold. It was, with the wind chill, it was 12. It was cold. And I didn't have boots, and my family all made fun of me. Where's Sandy? Where are your boots? Because I only had my Nike Air Flyers on, or whatever they're called. What are they called? They're Nike shoes. They're like tennis shoes, gym shoes, athletic shoes, whatever you want to call them. They weren't boots. For one thing, they weren't boots. And so we got 3 inches of snow, so we had to walk through the snow to get to the fire pit. And then my brother brought some pizza, so we had pizza, which was cold because we were outside. But it was nice. We had a good time. We exchanged our gifts. We sat out there for, I would say probably almost 2 hours. So it couldn't have been that cold that we were out there for that long. And then we all liked our gifts. We all got really good gifts. My brother Michael got me a couple pair of mittens and a hat. And my sister Mary got me a docking charging station for my all my Apple things, my phone, my computers and all that, charging cords. And Denise got me a puzzle. It's like little things where you put the little pieces of the puzzle in to keep them separate. Like if this is going to be the blue sky, you put all the little blue pieces in here. And then if this is going to be the green grass, you put all the little green pieces like that. So then they don't get, it's so easy like when you're doing it, like to brush the thing and then they land on the floor and then you kind of lose one. Last year, Mary was putting a puzzle together. She was doing it on the kitchen table and her husband was getting so upset with her because it was taking up so much room on the table. And she got all done with the puzzle and she was missing one piece. This one of the centerpieces she was missing. She was looking all over and she was getting so upset. So she contacted the puzzle people, took a picture of the puzzle and showed them the piece she was missing because she wanted them to send her the one piece. And so they said they would send her the piece. They sent her the whole puzzle, so that if she wanted it, she had to do the whole puzzle all over again. So she ended up giving the puzzle to someone else. But all of a sudden, her husband Don found the missing piece. So we're both convinced that he was hiding it on her, just to drive her crazy. But anyway, so when we went to Mary's house, for breakfast I had a hard-boiled egg and a banana, and then I had 2 slices of pizza and a piece of crazy bread, and I had my diet lemonade with my cranberry juice. I still got to think of what I'm going to have. I'm pretty full from that. I mean, I'm pretty full from everything I overate all week, but I'm back on track. I I felt bad that I gained that much weight, but then I didn't feel so bad. But bad enough that I'm getting back on track. Bad enough that I'm not going to let it happen again. And just go from there. So I'm trying to warm up because I'm still kind of cold. And then I got my Zoom call with my cousin Lynn and Sarah and Dale from Toronto, and Paul and Kathy and Michael from Duluth. And then I'm going to see my brother Michael and Mary again because they'll be on the call too. Christy might get on it today. She hasn't decided. But it's cold. It was cold. It was really cold. And I dressed really warmly too. I really did. But sometimes that fire would be kicking, but then the wind would shift and then you'd have the smoke and you'd have to put up with it. So now I smell like smoke. But anyway, I'm in a better mood than I was this morning when I did my meeting highlights. But we'll see how the rest of the week goes. I'm going to do a menu tomorrow because I have to get back on plan. I have to get back on track, and doing a menu plan is going to help me out a lot. So, okay, that's going to do it for tonight. Try to stay warm wherever you are. Just try to stay cooler if you're in a warmer climate. Stay safe no matter where you are. Okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.